presenting Channeling Erik's Hour of Enlightenment.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Tuesday evening show. So happy and so honored to have you guys. And I'm also honored to have three people who I adore. Michelle Gray, awesome medium and healer. My lovely boy, Erik. And most notably, Tristin Tabish. Let me talk to you about her. She is a member of the CE community. And you've been a member since 2015, right?
Yep.
And you have recently been transformed, incorporating scalar healing and walking meditation. I need to hear about that. Talk therapy and learning to play with help of Erik. Oh, God, he is so playful. And the team has learned I can do hard things. All right, so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Tristin Tabish. Tell us, teach us, please.
Oh, my goodness. Mama Elisa, Michelle, Erik, the Channeling Erik community, I have goosebumps right now. And even though I've worked in radio for 30 years, I still get nervous doing that.
Oh, yeah. Now, you're with family now, so it's okay. You're good.
I do.
You are with family, you're loved, and we are so anxious to learn from you.
Yes. I feel the love, and, that's one of the things that drew me to this community, pure love. The things that resonated with me, I dove in, I researched, I was just so thirsty for a community that I felt. So a couple of years ago, I was struggling with depression. I was taking about 8 different medications. I felt stuck. And then COVID happened. And my doctor told me that if I didn't change, I was going to have to start a new medicine on top of everything I was taking, an injectable drug. I
remember this.
Along with COVID. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I was scared to death. And so I thought, what can I do right now? How can I turn this around? There was nothing I could do in that moment, and I've learned that growth and change is a slow simmer. And the one thing that you can ask for when you're going about even thinking about change is asking for help in just accepting the moment, because nothing is gonna happen for a while. So
that is very wise. That can you just repeat what you just said, because that is profound.
Yeah, it is. The one thing that I learned, we seem to hop from I want a new car, I want a new job, and then in between those pillars, what happens? So for me, I needed help in between the change. I needed help to get to the point to where I was seeing change. And so I asked Erik for that. Erik, fill me with patience, with belief that I can even do this, and worth that I'm worthy of this. And so I don't know how I got this in my head, but 2 things very strongly. You need to walk, you need to move, and then you need to cut out high fructose corn syrup and all variations from your diet starting now.
Wow.
So I thought,
I agree with that, man. Oh.
Well, 2 years later, that it's the same one ingredient I look for, and it is in everything from ketchup to everything. I'm sure it's in cosmetics if they can put it in. And then I read an article by, some scientists, and Elisa, you get this. They said there's no difference in our bodies between processed sugar and natural sugar. And I'm here to say there's a big damn difference. And if you cut that processed sugar out, I have lost 80 pounds. I'm on 3 medications now. I started to feel muscles in my body that I didn't ever feel. I've never felt certain parts of my body, which made me realize I've never fully been inhabiting my body. And so that was my next step, to inhabit my body, to feel the feelings, to get a full length mirror, and to
that
start.
Takes courage. That takes a lot of courage.
It does. And so I still, even though I wear a size 8, I still am struggling with the perceptions that I'm a size 16, and my friends help me. I have a particular friend who says, that is way too big for you, and go back and get the right size. But so when I started, I manifested that change, and it just kind of jump-started belief in myself, belief in my relationship with Erik, and belief in my ability to create the world that I want to live in. And so I said, okay, Erik, next thing, I need to buy a new house. The house I live in, I feel unsafe. There was a lot of drug and sex work activity and a lot of really negative energy that I was living in, and I was miserable. And realized when so we put the house on the market in one of the most challenging markets. I mean, the real estate these days, but in Salt Lake City, buying a house, people are bidding, $50,000 in cash over asking prices.
Oh my God.
And it's insane. And we have a huge homeless problem because of it. Oh. Anyway, I had to put this belief that I could afford to buy a home in this market. I put it in Erik's hand. A couple of books that helped me along the way. Hiring the Heavens by Jean Slatter. Jennifer Duran geared me toward that. It's all about, there's a realtor who just died, and he's a really good realtor, and he wants land to help. So I asked Erik to chair this committee to help me find a home that I feel safe in and that honors the change that I've enacted in my life. And sure enough, guys, within, it was 70 days, it was an estate sale, and the family was selling their mom's home. And I wrote them what's called a love letter. I poured my heart out to them saying, I have built myself up. I came from poverty. I have arrived, and I will honor your mom's house. And they said, we want to sell you our mom's house. And we have other offers, but here you go. So I'm sitting in this home that I manifested with Erik and my committee. The latest committee that I put together with him, I have worked in radio for 30 years, and I'm ready for growth and change. I'm realizing that
like it.
That I can do hard things, and let's go. I'm getting restless here. So this was the most grand committee I put together because it was very elaborate, very specific. I wanted a university job, again, that honors me because I have a pension there that would pick up, and I would create a really beautiful retirement for myself. So we created this job committee, and I shared with Michelle, we have Anthony Bourdain cooking for us. We would meet in my backyard, and this is all just Erik's choosing. I put it in his lap. I'm like, you need to find people who can help me with this. And so
Erik, I'm so proud of you.
A few weeks ago, I landed this amazing job. Yes, and I guess I'm celebrating, but I don't want to give off the impression that it all went smoothly. I'm getting everything I want. It's not that way at all. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of disappointment and moments of failure where I'm like, Erik, what the hell? But then I have to revert back to the belief that the universe knows I am a mere mortal, and surrender. So that's where I am. I could ramble on.
Allow things to fall in your lap, because everything is perfect. And I want to remind people who feel like they're unworthy that you're not. You are all absolutely perfect. You are all divine. You are all whole and part of God. So self-loathing has no place in your life because you are truly glorious. And when I work with you in the scalar field, I feel so honored and I feel such love. So please love yourself as much as I love you and Erik loves you, the divine team loves you, and your guardian angels love you, etc. Please, please, please have faith that we know, where we're putting our love, okay?
Mhm. And Tristin, it's really awesome that you're mentioning about, it's so inspiring to hear you say everything just falls in your lap, that it's not just handed right over, because that's the truth. It's a different kind of hard work. And that's something that Erik taught me, that, yes, it is hard work, but it's a different kind of hard work that we learn how to do. And so what would you be able to share with everybody about surrender, about faith? What kinds of things kept you going? Because like you said, there'd be times of disappointment and times that you'd have to stop and say, okay, I don't get why this is happening right now or where this is going, but I put my trust in you. What types of things do you use to tap into to keep that faith going?
Yeah.
That is a great question. I have an amazing tribe of friends. I go to talk therapy each week, but mostly it has been the way, and here's one more book, Fierce Self-Compassion by Tristin Tabish. She is a scientist, science-based research on how our self-feedback can help manifest a different life. So the way we talk to ourselves, the way we beat ourselves up. So for a while, I was calling that critical voice Alan. And Alan would come in and be like, you can't do that. Where do you think you're going to get the money for that?
What an awesome idea. I love that.
And I'd be like, Alan, who invited you? Get the hell out of here. I don't need you right now. But then I realized,
let's all
Alan,
bitch
he's
slap
this
Alan.
mansplainer.
Let's bitch slap Alan right now. All you guys, Alan's in your life, bitch slap him.
So you can either bitch slap Alan or you can give him a big hug and say, Alan, I know that you are trying to protect me.
That's probably better.
It's probably not as fun.
No.
But it's that voice from a scientific perspective is trying to protect you and help you, live more years. But you've got to say thank you, but I'm going to do this anyway. Because when I look back at my the decisions I've made, and I've never been not able to do hard. I've always been able to do hard things. And so the key for me is having, surrounding myself by positive messages, podcasts, books, friends, like music. I let myself feel the frustration and disappointment, but then don't linger in it. Pick yourself up and go move. Go for a walk. I'm not one to sit and meditate. I just am too fidgety. It's hard for me. And so I walk. I notice the trees. It smells amazing, the snow and the earth. And then I remember my worth, and I talk to Erik, and it's just a combination of learning and building upon a foundation of self-love. And again, perseverance. Just keep at it. Keep at it. And like your body, you'll notice muscles, spiritual or otherwise, growing, and you're like, man, I can do this.
Well said.
Yeah,
wow.
Thank you.
Stronger,
Thank you.
Getting stronger.
Yep. Still
I
learning.
love that. Yep. I absolutely love that. What about how did you meet Erik? Did you first come together with Erik?
And also I want to ask Erik to comment on Tristan's progress and her journey. But let's start with you, Tristin.
Okay, so I remember it was a dark time when I found Erik. And if you've ever experienced those suicidal thoughts, then you kind of understand, okay, that's how that happens. So I was in a dark time, and again, in the ways that I do, I need information, I need research, I need connection and community. And I found Erik, and it was an interview. Elisa, you were talking about how he loves snowboarding, and I live in Salt Lake, and snowboarding is huge here.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
he tried to teach me, and it wasn't pretty. He tried to teach me, it was not good.
Oh, I've never been. I will kill my body, but it was fun. So I got a channeling session, and I wasn't looking for validation, but I got a very personal validation. And from then, I just knew it was certain. And I started talking to him, and I shared with Michelle last week, it feels weird talking to this dead kid, that I could be his mom in life. And, like, it was just felt weird. But then it felt right, and it felt beautiful, and it felt safe, and then it felt comforting. And then it's like he's just always with me. And
do you channel him?
What's that?
Do you channel him? Do you have that gift?
I have the gift, but I don't fully believe I have the gift. I'm working on honing those skills. And so I have had sessions with the and Jennifer and Michelle most recently. But yeah, it's kind of, it's difficult to know in your heart. Like your brain's like, okay, I hear a response. What's that?
You have to have faith and practice. Faith,
yes.
practice.
Yes.
Assume it's true. I mean, take it till you make it, basically. That's what you have to do with this.
Yep.
So,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you.
I was cleaning my backyard, and I kept tracking in these, like, prickly stickers. Those just prickly thorns. And I later was watching TV, and I was about to get up, and this is one of the times I knew it was Erik. He's like, you better put your shoes on. And I was like, I'm in my house, dude. I'm not going to put my shoes on. And the first step, I step on one of those stickers, and it hurts. And
wow.
I was like, you SOB. But so those times I know, and I just have to remember how that feels.
Yes. Yes. He says that you do hear him, and you do communicate with him. And he says it's just a matter of time, like everything else. Matter of time.
Okay.
Have
Tristan and Erik had lives together?
Oh yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah,
it was. Who's the most important one, most influential one, or the most recent one? Whatever we need to hear, or both.
He said this would be the most important one. That's connected into this lifetime. He's bringing me back to like a tribal lifetime with a tribal, or what we would know as South America right now. And he said in this lifetime there was spiritual growth, a lot of spiritual growth. And he said that it was very important about community and being together, growing together. He says the communication was very different at that time. He said it was very silent, meaning that there was more communication. Oh, and that makes sense too, because Tristan, you're a very good listener. And
I'm shaking over here.
Yes. And he says the communication, right? Oh my gosh, Erik, you're full of epiphanies today. He said that you learned a lot about communication with the body, with the mind. He's even saying like smell, motion. He says that this was, although we would maybe see it as a very primitive a group or primitive collective, he says that it was a very advanced collective. Wow. And he said that in this lifetime, the two of you, he said, we're on planet together, but we've also been off planet together, he says.
Yes.
So, killer lifetime, he says, we found each other. And he's like, and like many of us do, we find each other in the most unique of ways. But he says, this is the connection that we have right now. with he being your guide, because he says it was like a no-brainer. He says it was an instant connection, a no-brainer, and he's been right by your side to help you fully develop your soul and develop into all facets of your communication, because he's reminding you, you are an expert in communication. And he says, and that means all types of communication, including the telepathic communication that we have.
Oh my gosh.
So what was the relationship? Brother, sister, husband, wife, mother, sons, in that lifetime? What was that?
He's actually saying we could call it like a mother-son, but it was like an elder and a younger. He said we were all family.
Wait, who was who?
He says that Tristan was more of the elder that was teaching. He was younger. He's kind of snickering a little bit right now too.
Oh my! I don't know why.
I know, because he's snickering like that's kind of funny in some way, but and that may be something to you later on. I don't know, but he's just saying that it was not a huge age gap difference, but you were one of the elders, and he says elders can be. Oh, that's why he's teasing you, calling you an elder. That's why he says it could be like a difference, and we could do with your position in the group, in the community.
Right. Yeah. Got it.
That's fascinating.
It's so fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Tristan probably had Erik. There was a time in another life where she helped you evolve, just like you are helping her evolve now. And I think that's true of many of you listeners. That Erik may be some wise ass, awesome, cool dude, archangel, but there may be many of you who also helped him to grow, and really helping him grow now. Your thoughts, Erik?
He says yes, and he's saying that there have been lifetimes where many of us listening, actually, Tristan, he is showing another lifetime where you are working in the medical field.
Okay.
And he's showing and that he's showing like farmland. Mm-hmm. And he shows that there's some kind of an injury that he was given, or he had some sort of an injury. And you had connected with his family. He's saying that in this particular lifetime, he says, if y'all look into yourselves and just kind of how you feel right now, he says that this particular lifetime, and there's been a couple others, and what he's saying is to remember that they're not all linear lifetimes, that many of them are existing at the same time. And he says like different versions of the same thing. And he says that there's like a collective experience, because he's connected into something being wrong with a younger sister in his family. And you, Trish, had come to help take care of this sister. There wasn't a lot of money in the family. You weren't doing very well in the farming community. And he's saying that there was a community come together to help.
Oh my gosh.
He's saying help with, why he's explaining this is he says there's many people that are listening right now that were connected in that lifetime, and that there are lifetimes where we may not, he says, have connected one-on-one and had the deep connections, but we had a connection, a collective connection. Now, there might be another lifetime where he said was a different type of interaction, but he says, y'all, we've done this in many different ways.
Wow.
In many different ways. And we've always come together for some collective reason, because he's pointing to channeling Erik as being a collective. So there's been more than one time that we've come together as a group.
We essentially fundraised in that lifetime to get money and goods.
Yes.
And in this lifetime, I have been a fundraiser for 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes, I got
millions of dollars helped to raise. So yes, duh. Wow.
I've got chills. Yes.
Amazing. All right, so
Very
Tristin,
cool.
tell us about the walking meditation and the talk therapy and the learning to play.
So my new house has a playground in the back, and I don't have kids, and I did not ask them to take it. I had them leave it. And so I found a swinging meditation where I just swing back and forth.
Love it.
Oh,
And
awesome.
I'm trying to be able to hang for 90 seconds. I read that every adult should be able to not hang, carry their own weight for 90 seconds, and I can do it for like 20 seconds. But just using that to be present and be outside and to inhabit my body and to feel that slow growth. So that's the play part. The talk therapy for me is just how I started to cope when I was in my late teens. I, again, was struggling with depression and self-identity and living in a body that I wasn't comfortable in. And so talk therapy really helped me just be able to talk it out and find different perspectives and be kinder to myself and listen better to my own head. And now, as an older, wiser woman, I'm learning to listen to my heart and trust it and to know how that feels. And Elisa, the scalar energy work I've done has really helped open that up. Just the clarity is like.
Tell me about that.
It's like you polished it. It was. It's been polished and it's clear and it just feels like it's been opened.
Oh,
so the scalar work may not come in this direct 1 + 1 = 2 way. It comes in direct ways too, I'm finding. So it's not, well, I bought this and it didn't work. Just hang on, patient, take a breath, and really be open and don't look at it in the box that you're viewing it.
Yeah, you have to be really careful to go to the mindset, well, this isn't working, because that's stock creating reality, battling what I've worked so hard with the Divine Team. It was our thought creating reality with the intent script. So
that's right.
Some of these things take months. Most of them take like 6 weeks, especially with the new things we've added. And, if your disbelief gets in the way, then I don't know how to help you. I do have language in the intent script to say, make sure that, that this intent script overpowers any belief or attitude that would, basically hinder the success. But, it's up to you guys too, I mean, I've really had a really hard time this week because one lady said nothing worked, and it's really rare, okay? We got 90-something% success. But this one woman said that she wonders if I'm a scammer. And man, I mean, that hit me because, my God, I am anything but. I am so loving. I do this to help people. I can make a lot more money being a doctor like I was. And it just really threw me. And I felt like maybe I should just stop. Maybe I'm done with this because I can't take these punches to the heart when I work so hard to do this and I sacrifice so much. And it ended up, I asked Erik about this woman, and he said, the reason she has not been successful is because disbelief, her resistance to success. And, I can't do anything about that. I can't. And I've asked many mediums, including Michelle, what am I doing that I could be doing differently, to help these people who don't have success, even though they're rare? Nothing. It's all them. It's all on them. So anyway, it's been a little hard.
And maybe, Elisa, take it as an opportunity to further believe in yourself. Because like that woman, when I'm triggered by someone's opinion about me, which there are many, I really look at it like, why am I so triggered? Why am I so upset by this? And for me, hearing you say that, I just want to be protective over you and be like, just dive in even further, Mama Elisa. You know, It isn't going to work for everyone. It's not, but it works. And so you know.
But this is how I heal. This is how I heal. Healing others is the only way I know how to heal myself. So therein lies the problem. That's the only way I know how to heal. Otherwise, I'm
so it's
broken.
perfect as it is.
Mm-hmm. And it is because it's a vulnerability, and this taught me because we all know that, you know, when we do this work and we're standing out there in front of people and we're putting our hearts out, we put our heart into the work that we do, and when money is being exchanged for it, sometimes that can make people, you know, put blame on or start to assume things. And it hurts when somebody reaches out and says something or gives a little scolding because they view you as doing something wrong. And I've been through that too, because it's hurtful with putting ourselves out there. But something that Erik taught me is he says, Michelle, he says, you know, if you want to keep doing this, and he reminds me you want to do this, what are the reasons why you're doing this? And goes through that whole grocery list. If you tell yourself this over again. And he said to me, he pointed out my own childhood and the things that I had been through. And he says, you know, this is something that it's been healing within you. And it's what other people believe about you. And it's going into a corner when you were younger and hiding and stopping doing what you knew you believed in your heart and what made you happy because of somebody else's belief or opinion. And I would hear that. And he would say, because he says the more people see you, the more you go out there and the more you shine your light, the more people that are going to criticize, because that's how it works. There's always going to be people that are going to say that. And he says, are you going to let them hold you back from doing what makes you most happy? And nope, you're right, Erik, I'm sure as hell not. And that's what he's saying to you too. He says, Mom, it's the same thing to you too. He says, you can't do anything about somebody's belief is in a certain place that wants it to be a certain way, and it's not that for them. He says nothing you can do. That's when you have to just send love to them.
I know. But it's hard. And I know it's complicated because I've been raised by psychopaths that, you know, raise all of us to say, you're not enough, you're not enough, you're not enough. So it's kind of a very complicated thing how I react to these things. It's so hurt.
Well, it's important to feel.
I know my heart is in the right place. I want to help everyone.
Yes,
because I love everyone, but also because, you know, that's the way I heal.
Yeah. Getting the urge, and Michelle, I was going to ask this of you last week, but Erik, what can we do for your mom as a community?
Well, he just, and you may already be getting this since he's talking to you. So it's the love, because he says the thousands of love, the pieces of love and the heart sent to you, Mom, it overpowers the one, overpowers that small voice that is.
Well, I mean, but this is on me, the fact that, you know, I have all this love coming to me, but one person can just erase all that. It's just, that's wrong of me to let that happen. So I'm going to work through that. It's okay. But this is not about me.
It hurts.
Okay.
It hurts. And what Erik just said, the truth is that one person is who needs love. They need love.
I've seen her love. And I've offered to do everything for free, of course, you know.
Yes. And that's what will heal it, because he says, Mom, you do heal. You do heal yourself with yours. And even though you can't control the things that somebody says to you, you can change that energy with love. And he says, and that goes for all of you. He goes, you send love to not only Mama, but send love to that person too.
And send love to Ukraine and to Putin, even Putin. Okay, guys?
Yes.
Now, I've been working in the skater field, and I plan on continuing to work to resolve this whole thing that's been
another
very upsetting
thing.
to me.
He was just saying that you have done a lot of work this week too. So he's saying that there's you're processing a lot of energy this week.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That explains a lot.
So you're really feeling that too. Yeah.
All right. Y'all ready to take questions?
Yeah. We're ready.
Let's do it. All right.
Okay.
Got somebody from the 204. I hate that. 204. Sorry. 204 area code. Hi there. How you doing?
Hi, it's 205. Hi, ladies.
Oh, 205. I'm sorry. I messed up. All right.
I've been enjoying this show thus far.
Yeah.
And it gave me a little time to cook. So
you need to have
thank
us
you,
over.
ladies. I know it. Yes. I don't have a particular, my question is, are there any messages from Spirit? Please and thank you. My name is Patricia.
Where are you? What town are you from, sweetie? Patricia?
I'm from Alabama.
Alabama. Oh yeah.
Yes.
The South shall rise again. I'm kidding.
Patricia, Erik says hi, and he says that he's a friend of yours, so you must talk to him.
I have before.
Yes. He says, my friend Patricia. He says he's actually pointing to what we're talking about tonight, and he says play. And he says, I'd like to see you connect a little bit more with your imagination and have a little play. Because he says that the creative part of you, he says we want to boost that up a little bit.
I agree.
I want to color in coloring books. I think adults should start coloring. There's all sorts of really cool coloring books for adults that allow for creativity. So I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm looking into that. It's my spare time. Anyway.
Yeah, in your spare time. Yeah, no, play with that. Think of, even if you're going to sit and watch a little TV, or what do you like to do with your hands when you're doing that? Or what can you connect outside with your hands in the ground, or what can you create? He says to start to play with that area because you're opening up quite a bit more up in that top area of the mind. And he says the imagination center, that play center, is not there for just nothing. He says that's where you get a lot of your spiritual information. That's where all those downloads come in. So he says to start playing in that area.
Okay.
That's awesome, Patricia.
I sure will. I will say that I take care of my uncle. He had an amputation back in September, and the weather, it's so crazy. It's one day it's like it was almost 80 degrees over the weekend, and now we're looking at the temperatures have dropped, so it's turning heat back on. But Saturday, that it was almost 80 degrees, I went outside. My uncle has a swing in his yard, and so I got on that swing thinking, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the weather. But I began to swing, and as I started swinging higher and higher, I looked up into all of these beautiful trees and the beautiful sky, and it took me back to when I was maybe about 5 or 6, and I was just laughing, and oh my God, I came back and thought, wow, I just went on a beautiful experience, and it maybe for about 10 minutes, but it was so refreshing.
How wonderful.
Oh, my gosh. What a gift to yourself.
Your childhood, people. It's okay to be children again. Thank you, Patricia, for sharing that. And you know what? Patricia, I think you just inspired a lot of people right now. I really do.
I think so.
Heck yes. Love you, Patricia.
You.
It's beautiful.
I love you, ladies. Love you, Erik.
Thank you, darling.
So much.
Erik loves you, too.
Oh, I love her.
Wow.
She's awesome. She's so inspiring. Okay,
I feel like I need to add.
Oh, go ahead.
Just one thing about being.
Go ahead.
One thing about being creative, I feel like a lot of people think, I'm not creative. I can't do that. I can't draw. I can't. Stop saying can't. You can. Everyone can. Stop judging. Just let it be. Just let it flow. Don't judge it. It's so the process and not the outcome. I am not an artist either, but the process of painting is just can be a delicious, like Patricia describing those trees. She would have never seen those trees had she not been that way.
Wow. Finger paint, even
That's
finger
so
painting.
Awesome.
It's cool.
Yes, it's so cold and slimy. Yes.
That's
finger
cool.
painting is the best.
All right, 501 area code. What's up?
Hello, Miss Elisa. I love everybody.
I
Hello.
love you. I know who this is, but you can share it with the rest of the class.
Do what? Oh, this
Share
is
it.
Donna Fraser from Somerville, Arkansas.
I know. I reckon that beautiful accent. What you got for girl?
I'm wondering if there's anything, a message from my spirit guides or guardian angels and who they are.
But I got the Arkansas. What was your first name?
Donna.
Donna Fraser. Donna Fraser.
Oh,
She's
okay.
She and her.
I recognize the
I
first.
go way
Yes.
back.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. So, well, did you hit a milestone, or is there like something coming up for you?
I can feel it coming. I just haven't hit it yet.
Okay, well, you're about to, because there is so much pride around you. So much pride, and congratulations. And you are tears all over the place saying you be so proud of yourself. We are so proud of you. And you are literally at the doorstep right now.
Yay.
So that energy that
what?
you feel, it's yummy. You must know exactly what this is.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, it's here. It's here.
I'll share.
Donna, are you there?
You'll share?
Oh, share. Yes, please.
I'll share it. Oh, well, I'm on the precipice of getting a divorce and starting a new business.
Oh my God.
Congratulations.
Double barrel.
Good for you. Good
Eric,
for you.
are you going to help her with this?
Stone.
Eric, are you helping her with this, and, along with her guides and guardian angel?
Oh, yes. This is a very, very happy event. And they're saying you enjoy that. You bask in that energy because you deserve this. And you've worked very hard to get to this point. You've done a lot of inner work and a lot of courageous steps.
Have you done a happy dance yet?
Donna is the embodiment of courage. I'm here to tell you. I know this lady.
I feel
She's
it.
amazing.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. You are doing exactly what you're meant to do, and you just keep going forward because you a lot of support in spirit, a lot of support here too.
I think she wants to know before we go to the next caller who her guardian angel is. Do you have that for her, Michelle or Eric?
Okay, hang on a second here.
I know that's not always easy. Sorry.
Ariel.
Ooh. That's one of the big ones. She's part of a big angelic project. I can't remember which one. Project Unity, maybe? I don't know. All right, thanks for calling, darling.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck with everything.
Donna, yes. All right.
Awesome.
Let's see if we have somebody from the 910 area code. Hi there. How you doing?
Hi, it's Belinda from North Carolina.
Oh, another Southern accent. I love you guys.
I love them. I love those Southern accents.
I know. I love it. Belinda,
I'm a good old country girl.
Belinda and I go way back, too. We go way back. What you got for us, girl?
I've cried through most of the show because, And I just want to be free of all this pain.
Oh. Erik, help her. What can we tell her?
Yeah, I couldn't hear quite. It was cutting in and out on me, so I couldn't quite hear.
But let us say it again. Got a lot of pain.
Yeah, a lot of pain and verbal abuse when my husband tells me to go stand on a street corner to make money.
Oh, honey, okay.
All right.
Okay.
I just want to be free of it.
Are you thinking about making a decision right now? Are you feeling indecisive, wanting to make this?
I know I want it, and I don't see any way out of it.
Why? What's keeping you from leaving this asshole?
I have nothing. I'm on disability, and that's my family doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't have any friends. I don't have nobody.
You have us.
Oh.
You have us.
You do have us. You do have us. And what I want to first of all tell you is Erik knows that you have been feeling alone. And he says that you're an empath because he's calling you an earth angel. And he's saying that you're an empath and that you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. And with a lot of the heaviness that's going on and also the loneliness in your relationship, not having people around you. First of all, he says part of why that's happening too is for you to connect, and he uses that word pride again. And he says, I want you to look at yourself and love yourself and know that by loving yourself and seeing yourself, everyone, is going to be a way to be able to connect to feeling a little bit better. He said that there is change to happen for you, but he says part of being able to feel a little bit lighter is also being able to connect to a little bit of hope that things will. Are you having a physical problem right now with the kidney area?
I have chronic back pain.
You have chronic pain?
And heart issues, yeah.
Because I can feel with the filtration system, like with filtration in the kidney area, and what Erik is saying is that's connected to having difficulty filtering out some of the energy, which is very common with this. It's filtering out the negativity. And he says that even though your husband's got some negative energy, and it's not really that he's negative, but kind of the cycle that you're around. And so what he's saying is this comes from you first. And he's not saying that you're going anywhere or that you're staying anywhere, because he said this is part of your process right now. It says that your guides and your guardian angel, and you've got an angel, Jolene, Joleen, he's showing me. And he says that they're trying to help you connect to something with a bit more joy to help raise your vibration. Now, there's no coincidence in this to the calls and the people that connect with what our subject matter is. And he's just saying, did you hear Tristin and talk about where she first connected him with Erik, and she was feeling very low and dark, and you're not alone, because that's how many of us connect to Erik. When we first found him, we were in a place where we couldn't handle it anymore the way things were. We couldn't live the way things were. We needed to find a change. And many of us are empaths, are earth angels, and we all share those things in common. So you are definitely not alone. Erik says is to tap into something, find something that you can do no matter how little that is. Find something you can do to bring a little joy into your moment, because you're being assisted to be able to help raise that vibration a little bit so that you could start looking at ways to take your energy. And that's going to help you.
No, go ahead.
Well, he just said that that's going to help you so that you clear. Because he says right now your vibration is in a place where you don't feel clear, where you don't feel connected to hope.
Yeah, fog, like I'm in a fog.
Well, what about a GoFundMe page, so that you can get the economic resources so you can leave your husband? Would that work? I mean, and do you have any skills? You can get a job of any sort.
He says that any of those things are possible, but she has to believe that she deserves that.
I know. All right, so
I also keep getting YWCA resources within your community, and I'm getting water as well. I don't know if you're mobile, but take a bath. I don't know if water aerobics is at YWCA, but those are just things I'm getting. But YWCA can help you prepare a plan, so at least you're in those in-between moments, you know you have a plan out. And whatever that plan is, they will help you find the resources to do that.
Oh, my God, there's so many resources. You just have to have the courage to, first of all, know that you deserve it, because you are whole and part of God, okay? And to know that there are resources out there, the people that will love you. Look what's happening with Poland and Ukraine. People will love you, and you just have to accept that love and know that you're worthy of it. And so, reach out to me. Maybe we can, I can plug a GoFundMe page for you or whatever, but get away from this person and start a new life, period. Erik, any other practical steps you could take?
He's just doubling on saying that the reason, Tristin, you're picking that from Erik with the water, because he says that you've got to clear off that energy. Because you've got a cycle of energy that's going around you and it's weighing you down. That's heaviness is coming from. Epsom salt bath would be,
that's
if you
what
can
I
get
got.
in the tub. Yeah,
perfect.
Get right in the
even just put your feet in if you can't get your body in there.
You got it. You got it. And he says
I will definitely work on it.
We got your back. Call next week, girl. Really.
It'll get better. Call back in and let us know how you're doing.
Yes, please.
I will.
We got your back.
Bless your heart.
We're not going to let this go. We're not going to let this go. We got you. We got you. And you are worth.
Thank you.
You are worth it. Okay. Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Thank you.
I think a lot of the community would help her monetarily. I know I would.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. 801 area code. Hi there. How you doing?
Hello. This is Hillary.
Hey there. Hey, what's your name?
My name's Hillary.
Hi, Hillary.
So, Elisa and Michelle, this is one of my lifelong best friends. And I've got goosebumps that you got in, sister. So you go, girl.
That's awesome. What do you have for us, Hillary?
I mean, I kind of just wanted to come in to just, ultimately say just how proud I am of Tristin.
Yeah, you should be. She's awesome.
She's a rock star.
Well, let's see if Erik has anything for you. Let's see if Erik has anything to say to you, Hillary.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm really just open to hearing anything that Erik has to share with me. I definitely connect in this way, and I work in this way, and I'm very open and receptive to hearing messages. And I know that he really resonates and has helped Tristin a lot. And I've considered getting a session from someone. I just haven't done it yet. So this is just an opportunity to connect in and kind of get a feel for how he, would work with me, and just tell Tristin that I love you, girl. You're awesome.
I love you. Thank you.
Oh,
so great.
And that's part of your tribe, man. That's the tribe you were talking about. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right, Erik, we don't have much time. Erik, we don't have much time, but go ahead. Tell Hillary what she needs to know.
This is what Erik's saying to you, Hillary. First of all, he says, hello. He goes, my name is Erik. And he says, want to work with me? He says, all you have to do is call my name, and there I am. Erik says that you do have a connection with spirit. And so he says that at this point right now, if you choose it, you want it, he says, here we are. He says that your feet are going in a slightly different direction. And he also holds he gives me the sign for milestone for you, a milestone coming up. But he's actually saying that has to do with your health and freedom in your life. So is there something that has changed with your health
or freedom?
I recently just bought my grandmother's home. My grandmother passed away, and I purchased my first home, which is my grandmother's home here. And so I just, within the past year, bought this house.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's like the first home that I've ever lived in my entire life that was, owned. Like even as a child, we always rented and we moved around a lot. And I find it interesting that he says my feet are going in different directions. I'd be curious to know more about that, only because I'm having like some pain and some issues with one of my feet, and so that there's an
and that'll be exactly what he's connecting to. But he says that he says you are taking a different direction, and so whenever we have something going on in the body, there's many different reasons energetically what it can be connected to, but you're changing your pattern in life. And he says becoming more of yourself and doing something that is completely different than what you saw yourself as doing. And,
this is like the last place I ever would have thought I would land. I'm sure Tristan can vouch for that. And it's not where I saw my life going at all, and I'm trying to just like settle into that and root down into that. And it's like not at all what I expected, and yet it feels right. But I am still battling with my ego a little bit around.
Yeah. Oh God, we all do that, girl. We all do that.
And that's what he says. But he says that this is connecting some freedom for you, and it's going to keep doing that. He says keep connecting to the energy of gratitude for everything that you're experiencing, and that's going to open the ego a bit more. Like not open it up, but release it so that it's not holding on so tight. Because he says it's not that you want to take the ego right out the door. He says you want to train it. It's like a puppy. You want to train it so it works with you, and it helps
doesn't pee me all over your carpet.
Exactly. He's like, nobody has time for that. Nobody has time for that. But this is he's showing me his whole hand, and that's number 5, and that's changes. And that's changes in a positive direction because he's waving it side to side, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So,
all right, Hillary, I want you to call in next week because I don't feel like we are finished with you. So I hope you do call in next week. But I don't want to go into the next show and step on them. But wow, this was awesome. Tristan, do you have anything you want to say before we close? First of all, I will say before we close, Michelle, thehealing-art.com. You got to check her out, man. And Tristan, any last words?
Oh my gosh, it's just been a pleasure. I love you women. I love Erik. Hillary, it's surreal. You. I'm sitting in my feeling all of this love. Thank you for this opportunity. And all the listeners, you are all worthy and love your heart.
Yes, and thank you. You have taught us so much, Tristan. I really appreciate that. And I love you guys. I love you, Erik. I love everyone.
Love you, Mom. Love you, Tristan. Love you, Lisa.
Love you,
bye.
Michelle. Love you. Bye.
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 Good night.